Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully, that's us live now. If you want to say hello in the chat. So, if you're just joining me, today is the third of our Etsy U webinars. If you don't know what these are, this is a thing that Etsy set up that they take on a few influencers and educators in the Etsy sphere, and they teach us some things about Etsy directly from them, the most up-to-date things, and then they ask us to pass it on and teach you. They even give a load of presentation material to help out with this. So this is a thing directly coming from Etsy. If you've been following me and you know my videos before now, you will know I am not sponsored, affiliated, or paid for by Etsy in any way. So I will always speak my mind, but they also do give us some good advice. So it totally makes sense to use that advice. Now, I've got a fair amount of slides to get through today, and I don't want to take up too much of your valuable time. So we'll try and rattle through this. So if you comment in the chat, I will get to it in spaces between slides, but don't think I'm ignoring you. I will come back and try and catch everybody. But if you have a really important question, don't hesitate to ask a couple of times. Don't totally spam, but if I've stopped and I'm reading through comments and I've missed your question, ask it again. Chat can sometimes get a little bit crazy. Who knows? This isn't my normal time of night. It might be a nice slow chat. Who knows? But if you're watching this in the replay as well, hopefully there'll be a lot of going through the slides and you'll see all the information and not too much listening to me chatter as well. But just while I'm setting up to get started, let's say hello into the chat. Let's have a drink first. So our early bird super fans, that just sounds so cheesy to say. We have George on the rocks in the house. Hello there, George. Awesome to see you. Finally have a chance to catch you live. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, I hoped a slightly later time would be good for people. Lisa, hey, nice to see you live on a Wednesday. Yes, Lisa, as you'll have heard in the intro, just hit my computer there. As you'll have heard in the intro, this is a slightly different one. We're doing a bit of Etsy stuff for a change. Superstar Jonas Brothers, thank you for this. I'm excited. Me too. Thank you so much for joining me. Right, guys, let's get this set up. If I can get this all right, we can get started, get into it, and then I won't keep you from your evening too long. Set everything up, and that should, I'm just going to check. Yep, that should be showing everything you need. Oh, Serena, hello there. Good to see you. Okay, so as I say, this is an official presentation from Etsy, so there's some cool visuals here too. Right. So you'll find here this link if you would like to check in, or at least try to check in. If you can do it on a PC, probably it doesn't necessarily work on mobile phones, but if you can give it a try just to let Etsy know that you were at one of my webinars, if you can go to www.etsy.me/EtsyU check-in, and it just lets them know that you've been here and what was going on. And they say to send the presentation materials after the class, but I've just heard that they're no longer going to be sending the presentation materials. But you can get all of this in the replay of this live stream anytime you want, which is the more awesome thing about YouTube. But yeah, if you can give it a wee check-in, then it just lets them know that enough people are interested in this kind of thing, and they'll keep this kind of course running to help people, hopefully. Cecil, hello there. Hello from Amsterdam. So I hope you're all fine and looking forward to learn. This is the ultimate guide to Christmas on Etsy. This is all about Christmas. So yeah, we're getting tight. I'm running out of time already, but I thought better get this live stream in quickly. I cannot copy and paste that, but okay, here we go. So Welcome, I'm Pam Duthie, and yeah, it's nearly Halloween. For if you're watching the replay, today's nearly Halloween, so hence why my image is a little darker than usual. For those that don't know me, I'm an ETCU instructor. I also work for eRank, which is a tool to help people grow on ETC. But although I work with them, they don't even know I'm doing this video today, actually. I'm not sponsored or affiliated or anything in this YouTube channel. If I ever am, I will let you know. Everything on here is my opinions or partially ETC's opinions. And I've been an ETC seller on ETC. Yeah, I've been on ETC selling since 2008, and I've been running this YouTube channel to educate and hopefully help people and help them craft their career, grow, being a seller, making money as a creative person. I've been doing that since 2017, so that's a little bit about me. If you want to introduce yourself in the chat and what you're up to, that would be awesome. Are you a seller? Are you thinking of selling? Have you been selling for years? Are you a bit fed up with ETC? Do you sell elsewhere? Just let me know. Did we get Cecil from Amsterdam? Awesome. Hello there. And George on the Rocks loves the pic. Cool. I haven't scared too many people away yet. Let's continue. So what we are doing today is, Serena loves the photo too, the ultimate guide to Christmas. So what's going to be on the agenda today? Don't even look at that bottom corner where I was supposed to fill in my name and the date. I forgot. Obviously there's an introduction, and then we're talking about preparing your shop for the Christmas season, and anything you hear just now and you think, oh, I'll need to do this, I'll think about this. If you need to do it, you need to do it right now. I should have given this presentation a couple of weeks ago at least, but yeah. Seasonal marketing strategies, customer service during the Christmas season, so important. You can get so busy. Some people will get so busy that it is quite scary, and it's difficult to get, like, if you're dealing with lots and lots of messages and someone's a bit snippy, it takes so much more energy just to not yell at them, basically. Then we'll have a look at Christmas trends by category, and a little recap and a goodbye to you all. Serena loves the photo too. Agneta, hello there. And Sheila, greetings from Ontario. Superstar Jonas Brothers is Andrea and Mike from Carve Inc. Yay, we just started our Etsy business and we're excited to grow. Awesome, so good to hear. Luciana, did I say that right? I'm terrible with names. Sorry if I mangle your name. At the moment, I just can't sell on Etsy. The lockdown has been good for my business, ironically. Oh, that's fantastic to hear. At least one thing's working better. Etsy, this is a weird year, but hopefully for anyone who's struggling a bit, I would say just hold on till after Christmas and reassess things then, because you can go, I've many years, summer's been practically nothing, and I make 50, 60, 70% of my money in the last 3 months of the year. So who knows? Get ready. Could be good, could be awesome. Kim, hello from Edinburgh. I'm giving my friend a bit of help with her digital marketing for a new shop. Oh, that's so good of you. It's a learning curve for me too, so this is super helpful. Thanks. You're most welcome. What a lovely thing to do to help out your friend there. And yeah, definitely it's a learning curve. It took me quite a few years of failing before I did not bad on Etsy. Right, let's dig in. And yeah, as I just said, Q4 on Etsy is always the most lucrative, and sellers with giftable items can do really well. Now, not everybody does absolutely great at Christmas time. Unfortunately, there's lots and lots of new buyers, but there's lots of sellers. So if you're right bottom at the pile, you might get a little bit left out. But there's so many more people here. There's so many things selling out and relisting and all sorts of things that you kind of have more of a chance to get a chance to be seen. So if your items are good enough, then this is the time. I hope this is making sense. It's sort of the time that you've got more chance of getting seen And if you get seen, you might make some sales and you might start to build up some traction. So it is possible to do well. It's not guaranteed. I mean, nobody is guaranteed that you're going to get featured by Etsy or amazing things are going to happen. But it could be, if your shop is almost there, it's just on the edge, it's kind of, all your ducks are in the right row, it could do a little bit better. Serena, I've just set up Etsy, but to be honest, I feel out of my depth. Hey, absolutely, there's a lot to it. I'm not going to lie, but the most important thing is to get started. It's only 20 cents to put up a listing. Put up some listings, and then you start to get at least some feedback. You start to get some stats. You start to see what people like and what they don't like. It's going to be this slow climb up for most people. Some people do great right off the bat, but if you've got low expectations, you won't be disappointed. And you keep learning and you keep working on it, and you can do really well. I still believe that Etsy is a place that people can do well, but it's not a place where you sit back and do nothing, unfortunately. Barbara, hello from Germany. All right. Oh, shame that's not cider. Ginger beer, for anyone who asks. So, prepare your shop for the Christmas season. We'll go through the following: inventory, keywords, videos and photos, shipping and shop policies. So, think about your inventory very much. Shoppers are looking for ways to stay connected. We've spoke about this, how this is different. People aren't likely to be visiting as many people and staying indoors more. So showing people you care, entertaining themselves and their loved ones, and keeping cozy and well optimized home. So yeah, people are nesting more this year, or likely to be. Consider building a ready-to-dispatch and include tracking inventory to appeal to shoppers that are looking to receive their orders quickly. If it works for your items, I will say be very aware of shipping times and everything, and under promise and over deliver. So yeah, it would be nice to say you're going to ship out within one day, but at the same time, are you going to be able to get to the post office every single day? Can you promise you're going to do that? I'm certainly not promising that. My area could lock down and I'm not allowed to leave my house for a little while. So I under-promise there. And it doesn't put too many people off. But yeah, make sure and be honest about what you can do. If you can make ready-to-dispatch things, that's cool. And I do always carry some ready-to-dispatch. But also, as it will say later, personalized things is always huge on Etsy as well. If you can make things to order, if you can make things personal for the person that's buying, they love them as well. And keywords are huge. I talk about keywords all the time. And if you don't know, keywords are the words that buyers are searching for, that are putting into the search bar to find what they're looking for. So with millions of people around the world shopping online during the Christmas season, it's important your listings are well optimized for search. Refining your titles, tags, and item description is one of the most effective ways to increase your shop's visibility in search, both on and off Etsy. Now, bear in mind that Google can take a really long time to notice any changes that you've made. So I wouldn't be trying to optimize my shop for Christmas on Google right now. It's probably too late. But in a minute, let's go through some techniques you can use to help your shop get found by Christmas shoppers. But I see the chat ticking by, so let's just catch up with that. Dorito Wolf, what a name. Hello from Ohio. I'm getting ready to start selling on my Etsy, and your channel's going to help me. Oh, awesome. Best of luck. I would say, don't get as soon as you come off this, just get some listings up, get something up, because right now shoppers are building up. It is, a lot of people have said just now, is quieter than usual. I'm bubbling away at about normal, but it is literally any minute now. More and more shoppers are going to start coming in. The peak is like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but it ramps up, so get stuff in there right now. It doesn't matter if it's not the best, you can tweak it, but if it's listed already, it's a start. Agneta, where should I put the information about the deadline of Christmas orders will be sent out and the possibility of orders can be late after that? Everywhere. In your shop banner, you can put some text, create a new banner, put some text on it with your last shipping dates. We will come into this later in the presentation. I can't remember exactly what we're saying. I have gone through this, but my memory's shocking. Put it in there, put it right at the top of your announcements, put it in the description of your most popular items. You can even bulk edit some of the descriptions of your listings on Etsy from your listing manager, which can be handy to put in a little panic thing. Also make sure that your shipping dates, you can bulk change your shipping profiles to say, you know, basically when it's getting towards the point where they won't be ready in time, put your processing time or something is at a date that's past December, that's past Christmas. That's what I do. I don't tell Etsy which shipping carrier I'm using, so they don't estimate how long the shipping will take because they get it wrong. But I put a really generous time to dispatch. So, I mean, I'm at 6 weeks just now. When it comes to Christmas, when it comes to November, I'll just push it right back. And the other place you can put it as well is in your photographs on each of your listings or each of the most important listings. Yeah, and in your note to buyers as well. It's a little late after that, but just make sure you tell them everywhere. George on the Rocks, I know I'm late, but I plan on listing some items in my shop. Not too late. Sooner would be better, but I'm also completely behind. I keep trying to think of all the things I should be doing, but then another order comes in and I think, yeah, I'm kind of nearly up to all I can take for this year anyway, so we'll see. Lisa, my shop's still not stocked, just getting my ducks in a row. Took me 2 years so far to build my portfolio, so any help like this is amazing. Oh, well, fantastic. You've done great building up a portfolio over 2 years, so, and we never get all of our ducks in a row. Herding ducks is super difficult. You sort of get like the feeling that you've got one thing sorted and then something else goes to pot. You just keep as on top of it as you can. I don't have all my ducks in a row. Oh, Serena, you're lucky with shipping as your other half is a driver. So drives all over the place every day so you can take your parcels for me. Oh, that's awesome. That's very handy. Laura, hi from New Jersey. Many people say that I will get more traffic on eBay. I'm new to Etsy for 6 months. I've had 80 sales now. Only 5 start, but it's slow growing. Hey, 80 sales is fantastic. If you've done well over the summer, unless it's just like masks or something that's really peaked. But if you've done well over the summer, you're in a good place to do well on Etsy. Whether you'll get more traffic on Etsy or eBay, it depends. I have done terrible on eBay, and anything that people only want to buy bargain basement prices. For me, my mum does pretty well whenever she puts anything up. Craft supplies have worked fantastically on eBay. Handmade art, not so much. This is what I've seen. Everybody's different. Right, get through some more. So, into keywords. Lead with the most relevant keywords. Absolutely. So by the most relevant, you've had a look and you've found out what you think the buyers are searching for. So lead with those things. If someone is searching for their bronze and opal steampunk ring, and that's what they type in, if the picture looks okay, but the title is Gothic accessories, Christmas gift for her, you look and go, is that really what I was looking for? But if the title starts with bronze and opal steampunk ring, yep, that was exactly what I was looking for. And I have personally done some tests on this, and Etsy does favour slightly having that exact match right there at the start of your title. So it's really worth doing that. So when someone searches on Etsy, the system scans your titles and tags for matches. Imagine what buyers would type into search to find your items, and use those words and phrases in your title and tags. And you don't just have to imagine. erank.com, you can get a free account there, and you can use the keyword tool. Speak Pam. Keyword Tool and the Keyword Explorer can help you get ideas of other keywords. You can also get an idea looking in your stats at what keywords people are already finding you for, and maybe optimizing some listings a little bit better. Buyer behaviour suggests that shoppers use descriptive terms when searching the site, as they usually have something specific in mind. Keep this in mind when coming up with titles and tags, and go for phrases rather than single words. Absolutely. Think about how you search, and also think about the buyer intent. A lot of people, Etsy is guilty of this as well, will recommend that people use keywords like gift for her, Christmas gift idea or something. But if someone searches for Christmas gift idea, they have no idea what they're wanting to buy. If they search for Bronson Opal steampunk ring, I know there's like one of these created on the whole of Etsy. If they search for that, then they know exactly what they're wanting, and when it comes up in search, they're more likely to buy it. So descriptive and specific of your item, but at a level that people are perhaps what people are searching for. So this something pro tip from me, especially in categories like jewelry and stuff. See, this picture that Etsy's given us here, this is the kind of thing, I don't know this person, but this is the kind of thing people ask me all the time. They'll put up something like this and they'll say, I've made this, what keyword should I use? And in my opinion, in something as difficult as jewelry, you shouldn't be going, I've made this, what keyword should I use? You should be doing it the other way around. You should find out what keywords buyers are looking for and going, can I make something based on those keywords? I mean, though, I don't even know what I would what I would tag that. But if you found a keyword and that fires in your head and you think, oh yeah, I could make something that fits into that aesthetic or that into that keyword. So yeah, pro tip is find your keyword that's related to stuff that you can make, but find your keyword before you even make it. I mean, I imagine, especially jewelry, is expensive to make. Yeah. Tip 2, approach your listing from the shopper's perspective. Generally, shoppers are looking for gifts by type, price and recipient, or a combination of all three. Capture their attention in your listings, emphasize why your item would make a great gift based on their needs, and highlight examples of potential recipients in your product descriptions. Considering updating your titles and tags to reflect seasonal search trends and search terms when relevant. Yeah, I wouldn't be hitting like Christmas words, but look at what people are looking for. Terms like personalised really peaks this time of year, so it can help to put them into your titles. Although, right, I should have said this right at the start, do not touch your best performing listings. No matter what the keywords or anything else say, play around with your least performing listings, and as they say in your descriptions, make it, how it's the gift for your mother, how someone's going to like that. And you can even think about how you can do that in your photographs, not necessarily in the first one, but you could have, if you do gift wrapping, you could do an item that you've gift wrapped being handed over to someone sitting in front of a tree being delighted, if you're good at photography. Right, quick check in the chat. See where I got to. Laura, thanks. Actually, it's hard to search handmade jewellery from Taganat. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, if you're making something of things that people don't know what they are, then think about what the kind of person that would buy your item, not lying about what your item is, but think about the kind of person that would buy your type of item. What would they be searching for? I had the exact same thing. When I started out, I made I make needle-felted dogs. Nobody knew what a needle-felted dog was, apart from people who were creating them. So it was really difficult to be trying to get found in search for a needle-felted dog when nobody was searching for it. So I had to think, what things are people looking for? Well, it's a dog sculpture. It could be a memorial dog art, thinking of things like that. So what kind of jewellery are you making with the nut? Don't focus on... This is where... approach from your shopper's perspective. Don't focus on the process you make things with. Don't necessarily focus on the materials unless it's materials that people are interested in. But focus on what people look for when they're looking for an item. I have no jewellery pretty much, but what kind of things? Well, you would maybe look for the kind of aesthetic. Is it minimalist? Is it gothic? Is it steampunk? What kind of people are you appealing to? And what size are they? Is it dangle earrings? It is difficult to find the jewellery, to find the right tags. I mean, jewellery, it is difficult to find an exact niche because there's so many sellers. But when you hit it, it's really good because there's so many buyers. George, I only have my jewellery hand-painted pebbles on my shop, but I'm working on getting some painted rocks from my channel. I'll use some screen saves from my videos. Yeah, that's a good idea. And if anyone's doing this, well, if anyone doesn't know, George on the Rocks has a YouTube channel where he's painting rocks. Now, if you're doing something like this is a great way to use YouTube to promote yourself, but also at the same time to repurpose this thing. So you can take screen shares from you painting it, which is great to use in your product photographs. And you can also take the video and speed it up or cut it about a bit to use as your listing video. And this really, buyers want to see this. They want to see that your item is made by you and this is how you make it. And that's such a cool thing that sets us aside from like AliExpress or whatever. Superstar Jonas Brothers, what was the website you mentioned for keywords? Could you please repeat? I can indeed. It's erank.com. As I said at the beginning, I work for erank.com. I loved their product so much and was making videos on it, and their creator Anthony saw my videos and we got talking, and after a while he said, do you want to come and work for me? And I actually was like, maybe. What do you want me to do? But we came to an agreement because I didn't actually want to go and work for the man again, but he's a very nice man. But yeah, erank.com, very handy. George, great idea making something based on keyword searches. Laura likes it too. Cool. Quincy, hello there. Laura, yeah, I'm trying to focus on sustainable and eco-friendly people. Awesome. Yeah, you know your niche. That's perfect. Most of my niche are women over 30 years old. That is the best thing. If you know the people you're aiming for, you've got a boost because... where do these 30-year-old eco-friendly and sustainable living women hang out? At that age group, I would say Facebook is probably pretty popular. I imagine that's something you're interested in anyway, that kind of lifestyle. So join the groups where these kind of people are, based on sustainable and eco-friendly. And don't join them to spam. Join them to make friends, to know what people like as a kind of aesthetic, what they don't like, just to get to know them. And then, once a month or something, if the group allows, post a little something of yours. Or if someone asks in a thread, where do I get something like this? And you go, I could make something like that. Make it and go, here, look, here. All right, let's move on. Tip 3, add relevant categories and attributes. These categories and attributes are like extra tags. So use them wisely, but use them. To help shoppers find your item when shopping on Etsy, it's important to select the accurate category and subcategories for each of your listings. Based on which categories you choose, you'll be able to add more attributes to your item, such as size. You'll also be able to specify the item's colour and whether it's related to specific celebrations, such as Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah and New Year. I will say, I know they say it later on here as well, things like the attributes, you can't use a Christmas attribute if you think your item would make an awesome Christmas present. You can use a Christmas attribute if it's a Christmas tree, if it's a Santa costume, if it is clearly and only for Christmas, if that makes sense. Writing enticing listing descriptions. This is where so many people fall down, and descriptions can really make or break. I've spent ages just sitting with a smile on my face reading someone's descriptions, and if you can get someone to sit about in your shop for a little while, they fall in love with you and they're more likely to buy. Essential need-to-know info should go at the top of your descriptions to help clarify any aspects that aren't immediately clear from looking at your listing photos, like sizes, dimensions, colours or ordering instructions, and shipping times. But yeah, there's frequently asked questions, but put stuff at the top of your description. People can only, depending on what Etsy's showing at the time, they change how your listings show, but Etsy quite often only shows a little bit of your description. Etsy Search doesn't scan descriptions for search ranking purposes, but Google does. The first 160 to 500 characters tend to be the most important to external search engines, so have some keywords mixed in. The important thing there is mixed in. Google is a very established and smart search engine. If you try and trick them with keyword stuff and you think you've found all these keywords and you just bung them in your description, that's no good. But if your keywords are descriptive of your item and you are writing a sentence about your item, you can add that naturally into a sentence, like needle felted dog. So I create your needle felted dog by doing blah 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 is much better than needle felted dog gift for her. Blah, blah, blah. That's keyword spam, whereas mine was in a sentence. Think globally. Can't speak already. Etsy automatically translates your listing into your customers' preferred languages, but there are a few things you can do to optimize your experience for your global shoppers, obviously if you're shipping globally. It's so much fun to think of all the places in the world my little dogs have gone to. One of my friends jokes actually when I put, gone to Singapore today, gone to Sweden today, and she jokes that this is like an episode of Doctor Who, that there's going to be one day when my little fuzzies will be all around the world and I'll hit the activate button and they'll come to life or something. They won't, but hey, it's Halloween, I can do creepy stories. Double check that your default shop language matches the language you're most fluent in. The translation tool would take care of the rest. Always check what translation tools are doing though. Translations aren't always the best thing. Keep in mind that the names of certain items vary by location and sometimes don't translate literally. For example, a sweater in the United States is a jumper in the United Kingdom and a pullover in Germany. Yeah, absolutely. Look at different ways of saying the same thing for the different markets. And sizes aren't translated, so supply measurements in both metric and imperial units where possible. Look at me agreeing with everything Etsy's saying. That's great. Finding the right keyword takes time. Absolutely agree. You don't know straight off the bat what's going to work as a keyword. And so don't get too hung up on it. Find what looks like promising keywords. Test them in your titles and tags. Come back and let it run for at least a week or two, hopefully a month. And then look at the results. There is no tool on the planet, there is no person, no expert, no person you can pay hundreds of quid to. Nobody can tell you what exact keyword will work. It's trial and error and just a touch of luck. Don't forget to periodically check your shop stats to identify which keywords draw the most views to your shop, especially when experimenting with seasonal tags and titles. If your shop's more than a year old, look at your stats for this time last year as well and see what was happening. Trends change, but people do tend to search for evergreen similar things. If some of your keywords are not attracting views, swap in new ones and see if they perform better, or try additional variations of keywords that are working, but not in your best performing items. Don't change them at all. Lena, hello there, great to see you. So sorry I was absent and missing in action. Just so long as you're okay, it is great to see your smiling face. Rianne does random. Hi. Laura, what should I do with the listings that for the last 30 days have 0 views? I have over 130 listings. Should I change the keywords of those listings? Check first of all. This is a difficult time of the year because you never know what's just doing well. So look at your keywords and check and find out if they're ranking. If they're on the first 3 pages of search and it is a search term that looks like it does well over Christmas, at the most I would maybe look at changing my photographs, but I would maybe hold tight with those. But if you have ones that are not ranking anywhere, they're not getting seen, they're not getting found, then yeah, you can't really hurt your shop by either killing or totally remaking listings that are doing nothing for it. So yeah, the only other thing to watch out for is if they're really similar to a listing that's doing super well. What can happen occasionally is Etsy ranking isn't static. They muddle things up from time to time because they have to experiment to see if your listing that's doing great is on the front page, is going to keep selling and keep basically getting good metrics and get more sales than the listings that are on page 2, so it would be stuck there forever. So every so often it does feel like the algorithm does a little flip. It doesn't experiment with other things. So if your super great item gets bumped off of the front page, which happens sometimes, if you've got a little lurker in the wings, sometimes that can come out and do good if you've had a flip. So it's just deciding if it's worth holding on. You've got 130 listings. Not all of them are be good. So if you're absolutely sure it's not anywhere for any of the keywords, it's maybe not looking great, then absolutely change it or ditch it and make a new one. Doesn't really matter. But if you can, at this time of the year, I would not even bother fiddling with any of them if you can make new listings. If you it depends on your items. If you can't make new listings, then yeah, fiddle with the ones with 0 views. Yeah, sorry, there's no actual black and white answers. It's always experiment, but just be careful. Hello there. Sorry I'm late today. No problem at all. There will be a replay for this, so you never have to miss these. Laura, you're most welcome. Superstar Jones Brothers, do you recommend using slang words as keywords if they're a match, e.g. booze? If people search for it, absolutely. Yeah, it's your keywords are whatever the buyers are searching for. Do I think people would search for booze? Absolutely. You want to hit the match for what they're searching for. Where possible, I know Etsy says it translates, and it does translate, but it doesn't. Does the algorithm know that booze is alcohol? And even if it does, if more people are searching for booze, if more people that are likely to buy your thing, like I think if someone's looking for something a bit humorous or a bit cheeky, might be searching under the term booze. So if your item fits in that kind of aesthetic, then use the word that your buyers are likely to use. Oh, Lena, thank you so much. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this. First thing you did when you came in. Thank you so much. Lisa, liking. Thank you, guys. All right. right. Oh, and here we go. Try eRank's Keyword Explorer to find the perfect keywords buyers are searching for. And if you missed it, eRank's just started the Trend Buzz Hot feature. This is a paid feature, but it is cool. And every now and again, I'll maybe pull up and show you what's happening. So here's the page from Monday, so you can get a see. The Trend Buzz tells you what's happening right now, or rather, what was hot yesterday. So here's a sneak peek if you don't have the paid subscription. I love the Trend Buzz Hot. We only released it a few weeks ago and it is so fun. Oh no, go back. Thank you. So you'll get a list like this and it's telling you yesterday, or rather Monday, personalized gifts was the #1 top searched for term for that day. And that's why I'm saying now, you don't necessarily want the tag personalized gifts, because that's a bit, what is it? But like I say, when I added it to personalized dog sculptures, kaboom, I did super well. I used to have custom dog sculptures because I thought that's what I made. But no, as soon as I said personalized, there we go. Or you can have dog gifts for him. So personalized dog gifts for him. So look at ways to move it about. Wall decor was hot on Monday as well. And you see these little things. This is like top of the pops. Where there's a line there, that means it's not changed from the day before. So personalised gifts was #1 and continued to be #1. Now masks have been #1 for months just now, but personalised gifts is beating it. Wall decor, so it went up from number 3. So wall decor and face masks switched around, and yeah, decor stuff is huge, like we said, because people are nesting and people want a nice behind them for their Zoom calls to family, Christmas office parties with your mates, but while you're sitting in the house. Face mask, absolutely. And I am seeing, when I'm out and about just now, I am seeing cooler masks. It's not just the general ones. I mean, I've had daft masks for ages. You know that was going to have happened. But today I was walking around and I saw a woman that had, these reversible sequins. Her mask had a cover of that. There was a proper mask underneath, but it had a cover of the reversible sequins. Awesome. I could see her from miles away. It made me smile. So don't think of, you're not going to rank for face masks just now. Too many people have sold too much. But reversible sequins face mask, hey, you might. Christmas style face masks, you might. Harry Styles, whoa, that was a big jump. Came up 65 places. Obviously trademark or people, you can't necessarily sell anything under that, but we can't stop what people are searching for. Candles took a dip, but yeah, candles again, that's nesting, isn't it? Cozy houses. And craft kits, where it says hot, this means it's risen up, it's shot up. And yeah, craft kits, nesting and activities to do with yourself and your friends and your kids. And also getting an idea of the things you might be able to work at next year if you're not sure if your job's going to be going. Lots of people are going to be diving in to try and sell their crafty stuff online. And that's not bad for us. That's good for us because we're already ahead of them. We're already established and we're there. So we can teach them. We can make them kits. We can help them and make money out of doing that. And also we're ahead of them in the search already if we've had a few sales ourselves. So it's awesome. Videos and photos. Etsy's new listing video option lets you show off what makes your product special. We recommend you upload videos to the listings that get the most traffic. Yeah, it takes a long time it takes longer to make videos, so you don't have to do it for everything. Be sure to add your 10 photos to each of your listings to answer any questions shoppers might have about size, colour or material used. I just want to take this minute. Videos and having 10 photos will not make any difference to how you're ranking. That's not the point of them. They're not a ranking thing. I've spoke about this before. Etsy advice is not all about what will get you ranking in the search. If you think of it in 3 different things, you have Stuff that you can do that'll help you rank better directly. Matching your keywords to what, matching your title to what keywords people are searching for. That's ranking advice. Then you have what I call matching advice. That means getting a chance to hit as many search terms as possible. That's things like using all your tags. Using all your tags won't let you rank better for one tag, but it gives you a chance of matching for more tags. And then we have these photo advice is converting advice. It won't help you directly rank better in the search, but if your photos and videos help a buyer want to buy more likely, you'll convert better in the search, and eventually you'll start ranking better. But if there is no point to you having 10 photos, don't have 10 photos. Videos are a nice touch, and if it's something you can do, absolutely do it. I mean, George on the Rocks, if you're filming yourself painting your rocks anyway, then it makes sense to just add a little clip of you into your listing video. Yeah, that was the right word. So absolutely. Delivery. As we head into the Christmas season, make sure your processing times are up to date, especially before your shop gets busy. It can be, I don't even have Black Friday sales. I've mentioned this before. I think it's a silly marketing idea. But I have on many years, Black Friday, that time of year, the sales have got silly. It can go from like nothing, like a couple a month, to 40 in a day. Not everyone will see that, but you have no way of predicting if you're going to be the person that gets hit with that. So get your ducks in as much of a row as you can before that. It says add your delivery carrier info into your profiles, so Etsy uses this data to show shoppers an estimated delivery date. Do this if Etsy's estimated delivery date works for you. I am hearing from some UK people when they put in that they're shipping by Royal Mail, which is our postal carrier. It's the best really if you're in the UK. But when they do that, Etsy will estimate delivery time in 4 days. And you're just like, seriously, 4 days? No, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Give us 2 weeks. So I don't fill it in, and I just let know in my listings and in my stats that international shipping can take whatever time the Royal Mail is saying, but I'll usually say can take up to about 2 weeks. If you haven't seen your item in 3 weeks, contact me. There we go. Shop policies. As we head into the Christmas season, make sure you keep your processing times up to date. Absolutely. Like I said, under promise and over deliver. If you can make an item and it takes a day, wonderful. But think to yourself, if I had a sudden rush, so if you're making your items from scratch, give yourself 3 times the amount of time you need to. And even then, if you get a run on orders, you might have to just quickly go like, oh, heck, that's a lot, and change your processing time again. If you can package stuff and get it out to the post office in 1 day, give yourself 3 days in case you feel ill one day. Or it is a better use of your time when you're super busy, rather than packing up and going to the post office every day. If you have to go directly to the post office, it could be a better use of your time to say, I go to the post office on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it'll take 3 days, and then you build up a few orders, package them, and take a few orders out. That could be a better use of your time. Clear shop policies and return policies give shoppers a little extra confidence before they make their purchase. Absolutely. And think of that in your policies. Do not put things like, it's not my fault if your item doesn't arrive or something. Those are negative things that I would not buy from a shop that said that. It's basically saying, you pays your money, it might turn up. If it doesn't, it's not my fault, I'm keeping your money. That's terrible way to talk to customers. All right, let's see the chat. Natalie, is it true that it takes a few weeks for SEO to process? How often should we be analysing our listings? Okay, not in my experience. I will put a caveat to that. First of all, Google, yes. Etsy, as soon as you create a listing, it should show up within about 5 or 10 minutes. However, Etsy's trying to learn from that listing. Now you get a slight boost in ranking because it's a brand new listing, so you might actually show up high. You will show up higher in the search for a little bit of time, and how long that boost lasts depends on how busy that search is. So it wants to show you to enough people to get an idea and say, is this listing any good? And if it is, if people go, oh yeah, I like that, and buy it more than the other listings that are showing up at that place in the search, then Etsy will go, this is a good listing, we're going to keep it ranking high. However, if your listing doesn't do well in that time it's seen, then it's going to start dropping down. So I think some people are saying it takes a few weeks. But it doesn't really, because Etsy's always learning from your listing. You know, your listing could be 2 months old. If people suddenly start really noticing it, if it really picks up somehow or another and other people's are not doing great, your item can come up in the rankings as well. So SEO is constantly changing, but no, it doesn't take a few weeks to process really. It's right there, right from the start. And it's constantly learning, but you're likely to see it'll start high and then drop away a bit. So analysing your listings, in general, I would say 30 days. This time of year, obviously things are busy. I would be just always dipping in at your lowest performing listings. If you're seeing a listing that was doing really well dropping away while everything else is still doing normal, then I would maybe dip into that listing and have a look. But check how your keywords are doing, check how you're ranking, check if this is maybe just not a blip that people are not searching for that term this week or something. But yeah, don't fiddle too much. You can really kind of kill your shop by doing that. Some people think, you know, they go in and change everything once a week. That's really not going to help you. And each time you're doing that, you're kind of telling Etsy, learn again about my item. Whereas, yeah, if you left everything, if you can, leave it 30 days. And it's different if you've got 200 listings in your shop. It's easier to leave things to run. If you've only got 4 listings, then it's very difficult to sit and watch no sales happen. But if you only have 4 listings, focus 100% on making more listings. I hope that helps a little bit. Agneta, if I want to change the title and keywords, is it better to renew the listing or just pay the 20 cents to create a new one? And sorry, I've got some fluff in my eyes. And if the listing is not expired and I want to change it, is it better to create a new one? Yeah, either way, really. Actually, people have theories about this, but I tested it myself a little while ago in my dead test shop, that I created a brand new listing with all the same SEO as a listing that I'd had that I deactivated. And then at a different time, I just reactivated and renewed that dead listing, and they both went to the exact same place in the search. So it doesn't really matter. So either way, but if you change your title and keywords, renew your listing and pay that 20 cents anyway. Because yeah, if you don't renew your listing, this is where it could take a while for the SEO to process. If you just change stuff and you don't renew it, then yes, it'll take a while for Etsy to get round to noticing it. If you renew it, anytime you do that to pay the 20 cents, you're saying to Etsy, have a look at my listing. Now, it's not good practice to just keep on renewing a listing that's without doing anything. But if you've made lots of changes, what you're doing is just saying, Etsy, can you check out if this one's any good now? So either way, whatever's easiest for you. If the listing was not too horrific. You know, if it was getting some traction and it's maybe been shared in Facebook and Instagram, you know, it's got a few links coming into it, then I would keep the listing you have and renew it. Otherwise, yeah, you can totally get rid of them if you want. There's not much difference. Agneta, by the way, through the pandemic season, my item was sent in April and it was delivered to the middle of October. Wow, from Lithuania to Canada. Crikey. Yeah, I'm afraid, I'm sorry, Canadians, but my experience has been Canadian Post has been the most difficult for me. But Canadians are lovely and we're very understanding and forgiving of their postal service. But wow, yeah, that's a long journey. I could have carried it myself to Canada quicker than that. Make the most of an increase in traffic. Yeah, traffic is at the maximum in the final quarter of the year. It has been every year that I've ever seen stats on Etsy. And more shoppers have discovered Etsy recently thanks to the television advertising, increasing online shopping while people stay at home. In the second quarter, active buyers on Etsy increased by 39% to 60 million active buyers worldwide. That is huge. And I think the number of active sellers, I might be wrong, I forget, but it is about 2 million. So there's far more buyers than there is sellers. So there's room for all of us. But yeah, this is the biggest increase Etsy has ever had due to the pandemic. So increased traffic to Etsy means more potential sales for you and your students. That's you guys. So here are some tips for taking advantage of the traffic while also staying on top of your customer service. Yeah, Christmas time is the biggest. Etsy has over this summer gained a lot more people who've heard about it than had never heard about it before, and all the industry data is pointing towards more and more people shopping online this Christmas. So Etsy is in a place to have its biggest ever Christmas. I can't promise anything, but this is the year, if ever there was going to be a year. Share your listings using Etsy's social media tool. Nope. Share, if you want to share stuff on social media, go to the social media yourself, post there, interact with people there. The Etsy social media tool, anything that's posting non-natively on the platform, that's posting from somewhere else, does less well. Go into Facebook, go into whatever and make the post yourself. It doesn't take much longer. Start an Etsy ads campaign. Right. If anyone doesn't know why I'm laughing, look at my Monday and Tuesday videos. If ads are working and have been working for you, absolutely give them a go. But yeah, Etsy ads have been a bit terrible. Actually, they got back to me again today. So if anyone wants to hear about that, I will make some kind of video tomorrow. Let me know if you want to hear more about the Etsy ads saga from me. But anyway, if Etsy ads works, use them. It can help. It has helped people in the past. I think they suck just now. Etsy's data shows that sellers who typically respond to messages within 24 hours are more likely to receive a 5-star review. Well, yeah, good customer service, good communication, friendly, polite, and prompt as you can. I've heard some sellers, and they get offended that someone messaged them on a Saturday and then got annoyed that they hadn't got back to them by Monday. I'm sorry, we don't get weekends. It's as simple as that. And even if you want to take a weekend off, give yourself, at this time of the year, give yourself half an hour to answer messages at least. It would be lovely to think we're doing a 9-to-5 Monday to Friday job. No, you can't. Connecting with a curator or curator makes shopping on Etsy extra special. include a handwritten note in your orders to say thanks to shoppers. Yeah, you could possibly get in touch with bloggers, Instagram stars or something that curate things in your kind of niche. So yes, if you know that your niche, your people are the 30-year-old sustainable people, perhaps write to a blogger or someone that talks about that kind of thing. But be aware, this is where people get a surprise. If you are writing to an Instagrammer who has 100,000 followers or 1 million followers, they're going to want paid. And they're going to want it paid a lot. But you can also make a lot of money out of it. So if you find the right person, it can be worth it, but don't throw money away. Yeah, it's something to look into, but don't jump into. I would say that's something to think about for next year. Don't look at doing it this year. We're kind of out of time to do all your research on that. Yeah, let's totally ignore this last bullet point. I should have just removed that. Right, let's see the chats. Love you. Is that how I said? What an interesting name. You have a jewelry store on Etsy, and someone recently returned a damaged ring. How should I respond? Should I send it back without a refund? If they didn't get in touch with you or anything before sending it, there are rules in place on Etsy about forced refunds, and customers are supposed to get back to you. But there's also customer support. Now, it depends on the damagedness. Is this reasonable damage that they could expect a decent ring to have not suffered, or is this them neglecting their jewellery? So I would open a line of communication, but you don't have to automatically refund. Never be rude to them. Tempting though it is, never just be rude, but you can also ask for advice. Ask how it got damaged, what they were doing, what they think. Even ask silly things like how they think you could improve things in future to prevent that happening. Because the more polite questions, this is something I was talking about earlier today, sort of with doing the shipping refunds and things. If something goes wrong, if you ask the customer questions, if they're genuine, they often get back to you. If they're scammers or they know what they did was a bit shady, they'll often disappear. So just say, I would word it politely that if you check the Etsy house rules, it's against the rules to force a return without contacting the buyer. However, as they're an important customer to you, you want to talk with them and see what you can do to improve matters. Keep it nice, but also at the same time pointing out that kind of they're in the wrong, if that makes sense there. Agneta, Etsy ads is rubbish. Hala, yes please, Etsy ads. Nenny? You've got lovely names, guys. I'm sorry I'm butchering them. Yes please on the video. Andrea, I'd like to know what Etsy said. George, yes, more info. I will say, apart from the fact that if I make the video, I'm just going to be rolling my eyes all the time. There's not a whole lot. Rianne is Canadian, can verify on the on the Canadian shipping. Yep, I'm sorry. You need to have. It's not fair that you guys have such bad shipping. Luffy would like to hear that on ads. Lisa, your ad stats were an eye-opener. Yeah, to me as well. That was literally, I think, yeah, it was the Sunday night. I just quickly did those numbers and I was like, oh my goodness. And I was still in shock and I thought, right, I have to make this video because that was a genuine reaction. And then yesterday's was also, I was at the post office and that reply came in, and as I was driving home I was going over in my head and I was like, because Etsy do say, oh, you shouldn't share our communications with other people, and I was driving home, I was like, no, I'm making that video. Hala, I have Etsy Plus. Can I use only the £5 credit to get and not add an extra amount? Of course, yes. If you're Etsy Plus, you have the $5 credit. What you could do is set your budget to £1 a day and then switch it off after 5 days. That's the only way you could do that. Agneta, I've tried Etsy ads for a month in my new shop and that was the worst investment. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I completely agree. Luvia, that's perfect. Oh, thank you. Andrea, yeah, you said the same experience with ads. Natalie does help. Awesome. Thank you. Luvia, no, it was really bent. Hopefully you've got some ideas how to deal with a customer. It's difficult, and I'm the same. When something happens and your first thing is you want to yell at them, but you've got to go out for a walk and think of, I'm British, so it's much easier. The more annoyed with someone we are, the more ridiculously polite we are. So, yeah. But totally just think of nice ways you can talk them down. Yeah, never thought you could do that. Yeah, absolutely. Just remember and switch it off. Stick a big thing on your calendar going, switch off these blooming ads. I'm actually doing a small test on the ads just now, which is interesting, and it depends how it goes. But what I'm thinking of doing after that, depending on how my time goes, if I totally switch off the Etsy ads, I'm going to have $60 more a month that I could try on different types of ads. So I might do some like monthly experiments on Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, YouTube ads, and see what I can get with $60. I think that sounds fun. Seasonal marketing strategies. I get distracted so easily. We're supposed to be going through this quickly. So this section, we're going to do social media trends, ad campaigns, communication, coupons and sales. You can tell I don't get paid by Etsy to do these presentations, don't you? But there's some really good advice in here. Christmas marketing tips. Well, there's definitely do's and don'ts. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to marketing. That works for everything. That is why no tool and no person and no anything can tell you exactly what to do. We all have to experiment. Every Etsy seller embarks on their own journey. That's kind of cute. Developing specialised plans that match their brands and needs. Let's go through some different strategies you can use to help your shop shine during the busy shopping season. Social media. I have to say that photo is awesome. That looks like, for Dad's Bits and Bobs, it's like a dad organiser. That is really cute. Distracted again. Keep these tips in mind for the Christmas season. Consider sharing photos of your items in Christmas scenes or with wintry elements. Absolutely. Anything that's shareable and makes people go, wow. A couple of years ago, there's a beautiful loch down the road from me, and it's got this, because it's got a water sports is the wrong word, but kayaking and yachting and all that kind of club there. It's got this kind of jetty that goes into the water. And I went out on a beautiful day, made sure no one was watching, got onto the jetty when the loch was all frozen, the sky was blue, the trees were just in their beautiful autumn colours, and I lay on the jetty and put my little sculptures at the edge of the jetty and just took some pictures in that lovely winter wonderland. Look to add relevant hashtags to get discovered for more people outside of your followers. Yep, I'm terrible at hashtags. But eRank does have Pinterest keywords as well, so it's worth looking at. Go live on Facebook and Instagram. Both have great live video features. Consider showcasing some of your items in a Facebook or Instagram live session to give buyers an opportunity to see your products. That is great advice if you have rabid followers. You have to build it up before any of these things work. So And don't make your social media all about buy this stuff from me, buy this stuff from me. Make it interesting, beautiful pictures that people love and will want to share with people. Things of your process, just give them some of yourself instead of always asking for things. So if you're going live and you don't have a big following, go live to just be making your stuff so people can watch a creator. Go live to give people tips and tricks. Go live to take them on a walk to show them where you get your inspiration from. But don't expect, if you've got 10 followers or you've got 100 followers, if you go live, there's going to be 100 people sitting there watching and buying all your stuff. Social media is harder than that, but it's cool. Trends. With the Christmas time approaching and most shopping happening online, more shoppers will be looking to Etsy sellers to make the season feel special. From small updates like tweaking your tags to dreaming up fresh designs. Yeah, it's always, well, you should have been doing this like 2 months ago. But if you've got an idea for how you can make your item an ornament, that is huge. People hang all sorts of nonsense on their trees. I'm sorry, but they really do. There's several ways to optimize your shop for the season's keeping trends in mind. Get inspirations for new products. And you can do that if you're hanging around in groups on whatever social media you like, you enjoy being there. If you're in those kind of groups, look at what kind of things people are into, what kind of things people are sharing and going, this is cool, and go, does that fit into something I can make? Not obviously ripping off copyrighted designs, but ideas for similar things. Update your photos with on-trend styling. Absolutely. Just looking at all these photos, they're all beautiful. And one thing that's really clear there, the trend forever was to have the stark white backgrounds, but these are a lot darker photographs, which is interesting. I mean, this makes sense. They've got the Christmassy stuff behind, but everything's just a little darker and it's really popping. Refresh your shop banner. Yes, I really want to get time to do that. Include seasonally irrelevant top searched terms in your tags, titles and descriptions. Yep, we've covered that. Time your inventory to take advantage of upward trends in relevant searches. Absolutely. I'm not getting paid by eRank to say this, but they do show the search terms over time, so you can look and see last year, when did the peak start for people searching for that search term? I want to list my listing with that search term when that's happening. And choose which listings to promote through Etsy ads. Pass. Right. Okay, quickly check the chat. Wonderful World of Stuff. That is an awesome name. Turned off all my ads on Etsy and found another great promoter on Fiverr who's targeting media that's relevant to my subjects and finding niche audience very affordable. Fantastic. Fiverr can be great, but it's hit or miss because it's like Etsy. It's normal people put up gigs that they can edit your photos, they can help you with marketing. So if you get someone who really knows what they're doing with marketing, that's fantastic. They're gold. Because I hear this, like, advertising on social media is not just a case of pay for an ad and it'll come. A lot, Google, Facebook, all of this, you can really target your ad campaign. So if you know who your target audience is, if you know how old they are, if you know what country they're in, if you know what kind of things they've just been looking at, you can target them and you can do really well with ads. Andrea, awesome. Yeah, I go live twice a week. It's fun talking to my followers. Yeah, that's another really good point, actually. It's also fun talking to your followers. But if you regularly do it, people know when you're going to turn up. Like, I go live every Sunday. So there's people who put aside, and I appreciate you all so much for doing that. They put aside that bit of their day to come and hang out with me. These ETSU presentations are different. I just had to find a time that I could fit in. But if I just went live randomly whenever I felt like it, the number of people that turned up would be a lot less. If you do it regularly, you'll get an audience who come back regularly, and it builds up slowly. I mean, even me, I say like I'm something huge, but the first time I went live on YouTube, 2 people turned up. And then the next time 3 people, and it builds up and it builds up. Ad campaigns. Do you know, I'm not even. Sorry, but no, we're not even going to talk about that. Communication. Before you get into the thick of November and December, be sure to assess your production systems and fulfillment processes. Yeah, right. Do right now when you finish with me, after you've put up a listing, if you were going to put up listings, but make sure that you've got all the shipping materials you need. I'm going to do this as I come off here. I've got to order some more shipping boxes. Make sure you've got enough of everything that you need. But also, yeah, ensure that your postage returns, final orders before Christmas info are clearly communicated. Yeah, make sure all of that is sorted. We've already spoke about where you can put that, and that is everywhere. Coupons and sales. Yeah, okay, I'm going to say, for those of you that don't know, I don't do sales. The only coupon I have is orders over 100 quid, get free shipping, because I think that's fair. But otherwise, no, I don't do sales. I don't do coupons. I hate this constantly putting things on sale, constantly giving people coupons. I mean, giving people coupons if they've put an item in your basket. All you are doing is teaching people to wait and not buy. Teaching people to wait for your sale. Teaching people to wait for your coupons. I think it's a terrible marketing tactic, and it helps buyers always be looking for the deal, which means that eventually what sellers do is they put their prices up higher so they can reduce them. I hate it. If people want to do sales for return customers, fine. I don't. I do sales, not sales, I do combined listings that people will get a discount if they buy more from me. That's perfectly fine, I think. But no, you're not getting stuff from free. But anyway, feel free to say thanks for the coupon. Sellers can show shoppers how much they appreciate their business and give them an incentive to come back with a thank you coupon. If you want. Participating in Etsy sales events throughout the coming months can help you attract and appeal to the influx of motivated Christmas shoppers visiting the site. Now, this helps Etsy bring in new people to Etsy. It's a very good idea for Etsy to have the sales. You say Amazon Prime Day, and I've actually heard people talk about this quite. I spoke to a few people about this. Amazon Prime Week. Amazon promote this, and lots of new people come in for Prime Week. It's great for Amazon. Amazon sellers will tell you that the weeks before Prime Week, their sales drop because people are waiting for Prime Week. So in the end, they make a loss because of it. So it helps Etsy bring people in, but there's only so many shops. There's a handful of shops that they can actually show in these Black Friday sales and all the promotional things. So the chance of your shop actually getting featured because you're having a sale is pretty much minimal. So you're not going to get more traffic because you've had a sale. You might get a few buyers that were waiting to see if you'd get cheaper, but have you found it yourself? You're thinking, oh, it's Black Friday, I'm going to jump on, I'm going to go to all these places and get all the deals. But at that point, you're in the mood to buy. So you might buy stuff with the deals, but you're there, your credit card's out, you're spending money. If other stuff comes up that's perfect, you buy it anyway, even if it's not on the sale. So yeah, my sales go up at those times as well, even though I'm not having the sale. Yeah, everyone loves a discount. Yeah, except me. I'm not a fan of the type of customer that's a discount hunter. they're a different type of customer. That's my opinion. Okay, I'll check the chat and then we'll get back to it. George, yep, you could also go the premiere route on your YouTube videos. Yep, you can go live on YouTube, but yes, if those of you that don't know, a premiere is you've created a recorded video, but it goes live at a certain time, and it's like a watch party. Everyone gets an announcement that this premiere is going to happen, and you can all watch it at the same time and live. Everybody's in the chat, like the chat you've got here, but it's a chat where there's a live video happening. So the creator, the video creator can be in the chat chatting away as well. So it's kind of fun. Andrea, I was going to write Etsy an email about my experience last year. I'm going to ask if better changes are coming. Absolutely. Everybody write. The more people that write, the better. You guys are not even going to guess what my latest email from Etsy was about the Etsy ads saga. It's funny because it's... Anyway, right. Agnita, in the last couple of weeks I get a lot of listing favourites. A lot more than summer or spring. Is it possible those favourites will come back on Black Friday? Cross my fingers. Absolutely. A lot of people are window shopping and they favourite. They even put things in their cart to remember what they were. It doesn't mean they're all going to come back. They could be searching for different things. They'll curate a little list of things that they like and then they'll pick out of it. But if you're getting a lot more favourites, people are finding you. So yeah, it's possible that you would not be getting tons of sales just now. But if you're getting a lot of likes and favourites, don't change stuff because it might be that people are just about to buy. George, so right, yeah. A lot of artists on Etsy tend to underprice their pieces, and to add a coupon to that, that's even worse. Absolutely. My prices are actually double what they were 4 years ago, for what it's worth. Because at the end of the day, to start with, you're like, oh no, I just want to make sales. But as time goes on, your time means something. Do I want to work for this absolute stranger for below minimum wage, or do I want to go out and walk my dog? I know, I mean, yes, I have bills to pay, but sometimes it's not worth all the hassle just for a sale. Livia, is it possible to get in contact with you, and how, after the presentation? Yep. I am super busy and there's a lot of things I can't answer personally, but you can... I'm on Facebook at Ben McFuzzylugs, or join the group Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends. If it's an Etsy question, I would probably recommend joining the group E-Rank. I'm an admin there and I can get to questions, but it also helps for other people to see the questions. I can't do individual shop reviews because I'm afraid I'm super busy, and I don't do personal consults, again, because I don't have time to do all the things I want to do. I'm so sorry. But yes, E-Rank group I would totally recommend. Hala, that's what you're thinking. Cool. Rain, I've never had sales on Black Friday, whether I had a sale in my shop or not. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully this is your year. But that's it. There's no guarantee. There's more people there. So I would, right now, we're a month away from Black Friday. Get everything listed, get your ducks in a row, get people excited about your items the best you can. Right, I'm going to give you the superstar tip as well. This is the one thing that catapulted my shop. I can't guarantee, I've not done this for a few years because simply I don't have the time. But I catapulted my shop at Christmas by getting featured by Etsy. How I got featured by Etsy, firstly you have to have the on-trend photographs. So if you're sure your photographs and your items are good, I got featured because I was active in the forums. Where they do personal curating items to send out and stuff, they have to be able to find and see these items. So if you're a helpful person that they see in the forums and you have an awesome shop, and I mean you don't just post once and expect things to happen, but just put aside twice a day, nip in and really get your face out there. Don't ask for it. You can't ask for it. But if you're out there, more people will get to see you. And it is possible that some of the Etsy staff will pick you up. That's how I got myself promoted a few times. That's my secret thing. It's no guarantee, and you have to have... When they're looking to curate something for a mail out or something, your listing has to fit into whatever that is. So that's a place, if you can jump on what they've called some of your Christmas trends. If you have some citrus tree decorations, they say citrus is going to be a big thing. Or if you have some, indigo blue, or look at what the trends are. 80s themed. I did a video a couple of weeks ago on what Etsy's saying for Christmas. So if you have some of their trends in the right aesthetic, get on those forums and help people. Be friendly, ask questions. Don't think of it as promotion, but that's how it helped me. Ooh, just hit my glass. Excuse me. But that's my super secret tip. Okay. So, for customer service, communication, meeting buyer expectations, seller reputation, preparing for the unexpected. Yeah, pandemic, we didn't expect that. Consistency. So, build buyer loyalty this Christmas season. With the Christmas season... the Christmas season approaching, you may be focusing on stocking up on inventory and developing a marketing strategy to attract gift buyers. If buyers have a positive experience, it's likely they'll keep coming back long after the Christmas season is over. And I'll tell you, if they like your shop and they come back and, and they buy stuff and they like your shop, and they realise you don't have sales all the time and you don't have Black Friday sales, next year they won't wait. Oh, I've got a tickle. Every year they come back earlier and earlier to my shop because I don't have a sale. Excuse me. While Etsy is an online marketplace, old sayings like the customer is always right ring true. Remember that having strong customer service principles to guide and help them offsets the stress that often accompanies this busy season. Like we just talked about, no matter how much of a pain a customer is, you can often talk them round or put off a scammer just by not immediately jumping onto this person's a scammer, I'm angry, and not immediately jumping into OMG, my shop ratings will tank, I have to refund immediately. The professional fine line between that. So let's walk through a few steps. Prioritise clear and timely communication. Respond to messages promptly. Yep, do your best. Set aside some time every day to do it. But don't necessarily just sit there waiting. Do other stuff as well. Quick response can help dispel any hesitation. Answering questions promptly is a way to reinforce your shop is trustworthy. Absolutely. Keep it polite and professional and nice. You are your shop's brand. Even if something asked is covered in the listing description, getting a confirmation from the seller. Yeah, they don't read everything. They just dive into questions sometimes. So just answer them. Buyers who are happy with the customer service are more likely to remember your shop and purchase from you again, and they're more likely to give you a 5-star review. I have listings, things like my digital downloads, that there's no communication between me and the customer. I rarely get a review from them, but with my sculptures that I'm back and forth with the customer, much more likely to get a 5-star review. And remember, you can use the Etsy saved replies if you're saying the same thing over and over again. If they're asking the same question, you can put that question in your FAQs in your shop as well, but have a saved reply. So when someone answers it, you just pull up that saved reply, boom, there you go. Prioritize clear and timely communication. Clear photos and descriptions, absolutely. So make sure all the information is there if they want to look for it, but also be clear yourself. Agnita, does Etsy forums good for are Etsy forums good for finding information? I saw some communities, but I don't understand if I can join or not. Etsy teams are not as good as they used to be. Join teams that seem relevant, but generally teams are a bit rubbish. The forums are okay. Again, they used to be so much better, but you can nip in and out of the forums. It's handy for seeing announcements and things, and people go in and ask questions. And even if you're brand new, I bet you can answer half of the questions that they ask. If people are asking for shop reviews, maybe you can just jump in. Take 2 minutes of your time to tell them what you think of their photographs. You know, if you're good at photography or you have a good eye for that, you don't have to be an expert, but just jump in and be a friendly, helpful person. But yeah, the forums are a bit rubbish. They used to be much more fun. Establish clear policies. Absolutely. I think you're limited with newer shops with what you can actually put in your policies, but do make sure it covers everything you need. Deliver on your shoppers' expectations. Update your processing times. Processing times indicate how much time you need to get your order ready to dispatch and get it to your delivery carrier. The processing time you list sets expectations with a buyer before purchasing, even although they don't always read it, but the ones that do. Shorter processing times can increase your sales. Yeah, but be realistic with this. As I say, mine are on like 6 to 8 weeks or something, and it's not killed my sales. Could I have had more sales? Absolutely. Could I have coped with more sales? Nope. 6 to 8 weeks is good for me. Quick delivery is an important factor for shoppers. Absolutely, if you can do those last minute gifts and everything, if you can, just be as honest as you can. If you say you can ship next day and you don't ship for 3 days, you're failing your shopper. If you say you can ship in 3 days and you ship in 1 day, you've gone over and above. Share estimated delivery dates. Use the delivery profiles if it's relevant. Otherwise, put it in your policies, put it in your announcement, put it everywhere how long it takes to ship worldwide from the type of postal carrier, delivery, whatever it is, your mailer, how long it takes. Offer gift wrapping services. I would love to. If you offer gift wrapping services, then that's an option you can add for additional fees. I would love to be able to do that, but don't have the time, and I am terrible at gift wrapping. But people do like it if you can offer it. Establish strong reputation by encouraging positive reviews. Say if you give good customer service, you get good reviews. Prioritizing communication and prompt dispatch can increase your likelihood of receiving positive reviews. Seeing that others had a positive experience helps new customers feel comfortable making a purchase, especially as they've never purchased from your shop or Etsy before. Absolutely, positive reviews can help. But if you're a new shop and you haven't had any buyers, it can't be helped. But what I would do, right, people go mad at this suggestion, but if you're a pretty new shop, but friends and friends of friends have been asking for you to make them stuff, to sell them stuff, ask them to buy from you on Etsy. Give them a discount, do whatever you need, but rather than just sell them in person, I know you're meeting Etsy fees, you're getting Etsy fees, but if your mate wanted an item and you're saying, can you buy it here on Etsy? That'll help my Etsy shop because I'll have some customer service that Etsy can see that I did good. And can you please leave me a review because that'll help my shop. So you're getting help from your mates. You're not making fake sales to boost yourself. It's stuff you were going to sell anyway that can help your shop when you're just starting out. Pro tip, surprise and delight with thoughtful touches. Do not add chocolates to your packages, please. People do things like that, but bear in mind, it sounds cute, but if your parcel ends up somewhere hot, sweeties can melt. If a diabetic kid or a pet gets hold of your parcel, they might eat the chocolates you've put in. That is not cute things. Do not glitter bomb your packages. I've had people do that. It's not cute to get covered in glitter. But a handwritten note, pretty packaging, absolutely. Go above and beyond, but not too far. Remember, you're a business. It's not your mate. Establish a strong reputation. Add an about page. Yep, super important to know. This is where we stand out from eBay and Amazon and everything else. People are coming to buy from the creator. So let them know about you. Establish a strong reputation by developing social media presence. It takes a while to build, but it's so important. Social media, having a good social media presence can help. If you create a new range, you can promote it to your social media followers. Let them know what you're doing. Tease them. Say this is coming. So they all jump to Etsy when it happens. Now, it can take years to build up that kind of a following, but it's good to start. But the other thing, if the worst happens and you lose your Etsy shop for whatever reason, if you've built up a social media following, you can still communicate to your buyers. They know where to find you. Prepare for the unexpected. Communicate delays. Yeah, if it happens, people freak out. Like if your processing time was 2 to 3 days and you get 400 sales in an hour, they've bought them and your processing time say a certain thing, but if you're not going to be able to, if you're struggling or whatever, just pop them a note and say, be honest, say, I'm sorry, I'm really struggling. If you want to cancel, it's fine, but this is how long it's going to take. And keep social followers in the loop as well. Keep people up to date on what's going on in your shop. And the more you're keeping people in the loop, the more they'll look to your social media as a place to get the news from you. Here we go. It's a nice example of a message you could send. I wanted to keep you updated on your order due to the disruptions from the words I can't say on YouTube and potential delivery carrier delays. There's a chance your package may not arrive on the originally estimated date. Rest assured, I'll keep you updated along the way as I get new information from the carrier. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. So there, you're saying what's happened, what's going on, you're reassuring them. Agneta, I recently saw a shop that had only 1 star of all reviews. All reviews are very negative and still the shop is not shut down. How's that even possible? I am pretty sure that shop will be under review. What can happen? It takes a little while for Etsy to get hold of them and shut them down. But yeah, usually with the ODR, you'll get a warning and then you've got 3 months to turn it around. If they have got all 1 star reviews, and it's a lot of customers that are doing that, that shop will get shut down. Etsy's not going to give them a second chance. So it's possible it could have come in super quickly. What can happen if something happens, like someone ends up in hospital for a month or something, and it's unexpected, and you can work with Etsy and tell them and get back to your customers and make everything right when you're better. But in general, if you just get a massive lump of only 1-star reviews, that shop is not going to last. Superstar. A friend just ordered and I gave her a friend discount and it went great. Awesome. I refunded her the shipping cost because he could just meet her and give it to her. Yeah, it's the easiest, most stress-free sales you can make on Etsy. Yeah, I sold my friend something and barely charged her anything, refunded the shipping and met her in the pub and got a pint of cider as well in payment. Best sale. See, if all sales were like that, I would be a drunk, but it would be fun. Consider holiday mode. Yeah, you can put your shop into vacation if you need to, or just say you're not going to get anything by Christmas. This is what I do. I don't put my shop into vacation, but I don't want December to be a panic. So I tell people, usually I'll say my last shipping dates are like the end of November. And depending, it can be taking about 3 weeks for me to make orders. So basically, if you don't buy it by the first week in November, you ain't going to get it for Christmas. So people can keep buying, and quite often people do want stuff to come in January. So I just tell them that's what's happening. And yeah, rather than putting it in holiday mode. And I kind of work through Christmas a bit, but as most of you have seen, I needle felt when I'm sitting watching the telly. So yeah, with my fluffy Christmas pajamas on, watching a Christmas movie and just calmly felting away. But my shop, it's not on vacation, but there's no hurry. But I still have money coming in. Christmas trends. Whoa, this is much bigger than I remembered it being. This year, Etsy sellers are rising to the challenge. Etsy sellers' biggest strength is creativity and agility. As a community, we can dive into these new changes, the new things that people are looking for, like the speed that people were able to get out making masks when people needed them. It is pretty awesome. So yeah, from meeting this new demand, from the practical to the playful, face masks, mugs and puzzles, fun face masks, cozy mugs, puzzles for people to do with their whole family. So you can pivot your inventory to help shoppers find the basics they need and the moments of joy during the difficult times, if it works for what you can do in your shop. With Christmas approaching and more shopping happening online, more shoppers are looking for help to make the season feel special. Absolutely. This is going to be a different Christmas, no matter what. And here is the timing dates. Yeah, okay. We're a bit late for Halloween. But there's other times coming up. A couple of things could sell if you've got quick shipping, but yeah, let's forget about Halloween. So here's some other dates. The important things. Thanksgiving's the 26th of November. Expect that to be a little quiet. People are busy eating and not shopping. Black Friday's the 27th of November. So those are the times to remember. 14th of December, Christmas Jumper Day in the UK. I'm in the UK. I only know that's the thing because Etsy keeps telling me about it. But yeah, here's the dates. You can check them in the replay if you want to see this card again. But I think we probably know all these dates. Christmas opportunities. Shopping typically begins with decor, shifting to gifting, and yet decor is going to be such a big thing now because people want to, if they're not going anywhere, they want the place they're going to be in to look cute. And if you're going to be doing lots of Zoom calls and Facebook Lives and everything from your house, you want your house to look Christmassy. So yeah, the focus may be more on decor than entertaining and hosting. Introduce giftable items early and keep them on hand. Yes. And if you can, aim for those last minute shoppers. Depends on what you make. Cater to a wide range. Yeah, an important thing to look at, especially if you make your items. Think of different price points if you can. Can you make something a bit smaller? Can you make things in more luxury materials? So you've got higher and low end. And make the season joyful. You can help them feel festive. Help the festive season feel joyful with things like personalization, gift wrap, or handwritten note. Okay, key themes. I mentioned this before a couple of weeks ago in the video I made for Christmas, but purpose and meaning, mindful and intentional gifts. I think there's going to be less of the lots of cheap tat and one or two really thoughtful gifts. And practicality, multiple uses, long-lasting quality and versatility. And sustainability. So look not just at your items, but look at your packaging and everything as well. DIY spirit, craft kits, kid-friendly stuff, connection and community, kindness to others, especially when people are going to be separated. Send in a little thoughtful thing to family members that they can't get to see, to friends that you're not going to meet up to, even to co-workers. And comfort, cuddly, being stuck in the house. Yes, soothing colours and cosy items. And personalisation is always huge because we do handmade stuff. We can make it personalised for that person. Most of us can. So the bestsellers on Etsy. The top Christmas performers are always wreaths, personalised stockings, ornaments, engagement and wedding rings. And I think that's going to be high this year as well. People have been stuck together, so they're either really into each other or they've already separated. But there could well be next year people are going to want to celebrate stuff. Hopefully next year, please. Christmas pyjamas, festive wall art and signs. Yeah, anything that can fit in the area that a camera's going to see. Emerging key items are face masks. And yet think of the fun things you can do with face masks. How can you decorate them and still keep them safe? You know, like a covering for a face mask rather than poking holes in one. Craft kits, children's name puzzles and indoor climbing gyms. Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. And year-round favourites are mugs, personalised necklaces and bridesmaid dressing gowns. Okay, I suppose I get that. If probably not this year, but normally if you're away for like somewhere and you're getting together to all dress up together for the wedding day, matching dressing gowns would kind of be cute. I need to always get scared when I see that countdown of Black Friday and Christmas on eRank. It's like, OMG, time flies. I know. I was walking today and I was walking past a bit that's usually like totally overgrown and I saw it was open and I just said to myself, I was like, oh yeah, summer's gone. It does not. Yeah, I can't believe it's nearly Halloween. Occasional opportunities. Yeah, we're kind of late for moving for Halloween. But Thanksgiving, there's cozy knits, blankets. Yeah, this is going to be for the whole season. Rustic accents like pine cones. Yeah, bringing the outdoors in has been really popular in the past few years. Online celebrations, absolutely. Match. Oh, that's kind of cute. If you can't travel, it's kind of cute and a bit sad at the same time. But you could like Zoom your Christmas dinner and have matching place settings and things. Friendsgiving fun. That's cute. Group games. First time host kits. Yeah, we'll have to see how many people are going to be able to get together, but we'll see. And gifts for essential workers and frontline workers. That's a lovely thought too. Similar for Christmas, DIY decorations, homemade gifts, distance giftings, care packagings, I think all the time, and more so in winter because we're inside more. See, if you do like bath and beauty supplies, if you can make it into cute little care packages just to send to someone, that sounds cool. Going green, yep, and affordable, yep. And New Year stuff. So resolutions, wellness, care packages, range of celebrations, and one that I've added. This is a trend that no one's mentioned, but bet you it's going to exist. Goodbye 2020. I think, did I add my own slide here? Yes, I absolutely. So think of potential trends, things that haven't started. So my mum had actually made some cards going, Happy New Year 2021. And I'd said, no, you've got, it can't be this polite and lovely. It's got to be yes, we've made it out of 2020. Think gallows humour, think all sorts of things. So my mum's shop, their card shop, is Scottish Serendipity. But here's the one. Bye bye 2020. You or some year. We'll be glad to see the back of you. Happy 2021. And yeah, I think the way people are, anything cheeky and it's like we made it through 2020. And those, I think 2020 type items will become collector's items because this is a year that will be historic. It's weird to think of, but people will remember 2020. So make things with 2020 on them. But that's my advice. Trends by categories. We did cover a lot of these in a previous video, so I'll skip through them. But massive increase in Etsy for home office searches. Modest increase for puzzles and a big increase for serving bowls. So there's some ideas for home and living. The trends, the grateful table, that's kind of cute. Dining tables, coffee tables, decorating, outdoor and garden decor. Yeah, I know a lot of people are talking of putting more effort into their Halloween decorations, so I'm sure Christmas will be the same. Just even making the outside look nice so people are maybe not seeing other people, but they can walk through their streets and just, with their family and just look at the pretty. Nesting, so everything cozy, fluffy, warm, snuggly. Natural elements, bringing the outside in. Games, everyday items like face masks. And I think both types of face masks, the ones that protect you, and also face masks, beauty things to stick on when you're in the bath and feel pretty. Coffee mugs, self-care, de-stress items, absolutely. And people are buying crazy for their pets, costumes and ornaments. Yeah, I've seen some of my friends dress up their dogs for Halloween. It's hilarious. Friend's just got a new puppy. His Halloween photo shoot was adorable. And cooking and baking, that's always a big thing. Clothing category. Sweatsuit is massive. I wasn't actually going to tell you guys this. I'm dressed from the waist up. I'm in my pyjama bottoms from the waist down. I just got out of the shower and I was like, I don't need to put on trousers. I don't believe I told you that. An increase in cardigan, absolutely, and balloon sleeve, which I assume is what that picture is. So yes, not only comfy, but also the statement, the look of items is stuff that can be seen from the waist up, that can be seen on camera. It's crazy. So festive yet relaxed, absolutely. We're at home, not likely to be out with our friends. It's not likely to be a year of the massive sparkly party dresses, but more cute, comfy things at home with your family. As I mentioned before, the weather things, absolutely. meeting our friends, quite a lot of us, that's going to be outdoor, going for walks with your friends, having a coffee outside. In Scotland just now, it's like you're only allowed to have a beer outside, really. So cozy stuff that can deal with all the weather you get. Matching Christmas pajamas and masks, yeah, why not? And the balloon sleeves again. Jewelry and accessories. Choker necklaces are big again. Yeah, again, that's something that can be seen on the camera. Seems daft. And again, chunky chains. So statement jewelry is going to be a thing. And look at this with masks. But really, yeah, very much what I'm saying. If you look at those earrings, look at those masks and things, it's stuff that can be seen from afar, stuff that can be seen on the camera. It ain't gonna be a year for dainty. It's snuggly, it's fluffy, it's big, and it's kind of in your face. That's me, Pam, the trend expert, who knows nothing about trends. But I do, apparently. Statement pieces, good. Pearls. Yeah, oh, yeah, cool. So you can do eyeglass chains, classic bags with pearls, and even mask decoration-y stuff with pearls. Engagements and wedding rings. Yeah, it is a peak in the engagement season. People get engaged around Christmas time, and I do think it's going to be an extra peak. Yeah, Christmas themed masks, absolutely. Bandanas and scarves, absolutely. And hybrid things with masks as well. And I was thinking that when I came out of the shops today and it was a bit more nippy, and I didn't race to take my mask off. I was like, this is kind of cozy now. Elbow length gloves. Someone was talking in Etsy group, E-Rank group, about arm warmers, and yeah, they look awesome. And if you live in a country where it doesn't rain all the time, if it's cold but not cold enough yet, and you've got kind of lighter stuff on, having like a neck warmer and long fluffy gloves can keep you warm enough if you're out walking and stuff, and they look awesome too. And belts as well. Yeah, if you're using lots of loose layers, having a belt can actually give you a waist back. Craft supplies, beading kits, yep, knitting pattern, embroidery kit, and letter writing. So no surprise, craft supplies and tools. Lots of these crafts that take a while to do. These are more popular because people are inside on their own, just with a family. They want a project. So Christmas decor kits, absolutely. If you're doing them, you want to get them out right soon. But things for people to make together rather than buying it ready-made. How to make them. Face mask making, jewellery making supplies, paper crafting, knitting and crochet. Yeah, they're calming, and the big knits and the fluffy knits and the cosy knits are popular again, so people are going to be doing it. Sustainable crafting and natural materials. Craft kits would be cool if you were given, rather than a kit, you do a tutorial where they go out and find the little pine cones and show them how to do that. Craft accessories, little helpers, washi tape and stickers and colourful pens. Yeah. Planners are still a huge thing as well. Kid crafts and letter writing crafts. Right, I will dive into the chat. Agneta, I have a set of yarn and instructions how to knit a shawl, for example. Awesome. Can I write a keyword personalised kit if not for a specific person? Personalised would mean, for example, they could pick... Yeah, you have a set of yarn. If they were able to if they could pick the colour of yarn you were sending them, or if you could change some of the wording in the kit, to say this is for so-and-so, or if you were personalising sort of the size of the instructions, if that makes sense. Lisa, I have a private commission to help with packaging for a bath bomb maker. Oh, wow. Building it as a winter care package. Building it as a winter care package is a great idea. Oh, awesome. Yeah. That sounds cool. Yeah. I want some bath bombs now. And you're in my PJs too. It's the new normal. Absolutely. Right, where are we? Party and paper supplies. Oh, that's interesting. 851% increase in garden sign. Like I said, people want to make the outside of their houses look nice just to give people a perk up as they're walking about. Journals are up again. Didn't I just say planners, that kind of thing is high? And rainbow. That's gonna be high for a bit. Christmas cards, duh. Lasting greetings. That's cute. Stepping up their Christmas card game with mantle-worthy keepsakes made in enduring materials like wood and acrylic. That's a lovely idea. Garden signs, yep. Virtual party decorations, cute. Yeah, you can have a Zoom party and everyone can do up their house. Classic correspondences, yeah, people are more likely to be handwriting their cards and journals and planners. Colouring in. Colouring in's a fun thing to do. Adults like it. Your doodling stuff, very popular still. And rainbows and plants and animals. So I'm playing with a pen here, I'm fidgety now. Weddings, yeah, wedding gift is still big. And wedding mask. Weddings were cancelled for a little bit in many places. Yeah, but they are starting to happen and people are doing weddings differently. Obviously, wedding mask, that is an awesome idea. Superstar, would you recommend writing personalised or personalised or both in tags? Is this the thing? I would pick depending on where you sell to the most. If you're mostly in the UK, I would pick the UK spelling. If you're mostly in the US, I would pick the US spelling. Etsy will be able to translate both, but you'll rank better for the one you've got the exact match for. But to be perfectly honest, people go a bit too mad putting loads of irrelevant tags in. If you should really have room to put in both if you needed to. That's probably more important than the gift for her type tags. So experiment. Experiment and see which works best. Trends, scaled back ceremonies, low-key wedding dresses. Yeah, that's interesting. I bet you in a couple of years, massive wedding dresses will come back. Wedding gifts, virtual celebrations. Yeah, I can see a lot of people will be FaceTiming the weddings with the other people that can't come. Practical favors, yeah. Bridesmaid masks, that sounds cute. Yeah, but yeah, bridesmaid dress and mask, yep. And DIY flower arrangement kits, that's cute. Vintage aviator sunglasses, also. There was the trend report that said the 80s was becoming a good vintage trend, which makes me feel very old, but aviator sunglasses, I remember that being a thing when I was a kid, so that is increase. Vintage Christmas is always a thing, and when we're a bit down and want snuggly and need comforting, harking back to old Christmas is a huge thing. So yeah, vintage fabric, vintage t-shirts, yep. Oh, here we go. Yeah, party dressing, 80s party dresses in bold colours like hot pink. Absolutely, statements in your face. We're being big this year. Big and fluffy and colourful. Retro frames for your glasses. Festive brooches. Home decor and vintage as well. Yeah, it's nice to get old kind of furniture too. Vintage Santas, totally. And vintage engagement rings, of course. They're lovely. Vintage fabrics, the historical bestsellers, cotton fabric and fabric by the yard are super important, of course. People are wanting to make masks, so they need fabric. And they want fun fabric now. And vintage t-shirts is the top search for vintage items this year. Wow. So here we go. We have a quick recap. I think we've almost made this. That was way longer than I thought. I knew I would get distracted. I had coffee today. It's not good for me. But yeah, if there's anything you want to check out there, and you can catch this again on the replay if you want to see any of the slides in a little more detail. And if you have, I think the next, oh, there's the check-in if you want to, if you can fill in the check-in, which is www.etsy.me/ETSU check-in. And I think you have to say you attended Pam's webinar, and it just lets them know that this thing that they're doing, this ETSU thing, is working. But yeah, if anyone has any more questions, I'll do a couple of minutes of questions and then I'll let you get back on with your Wednesday. But this has been so cool. Thank you so much for joining me. And yes, we will do something on the ads in the next couple of days. You're going to laugh. Liviu, how do I say your name? I'm so sorry. Hi Pam, what would you recommend if I would need some personalised help with my overall Etsy shop marketing strategy? Also, if I sell my items on a separate website. The biggest thing with personalised, I would say there are some people that run courses. I haven't done any of them personally. Those of you that know, I do work in E-Rank with Starla Moore, so I know that I agree with most of what she talks about, so she talks sense. She does have a course starting soon. Her alphas, everyone speaks highly of them. And there's a couple of people, Sabrina in the E-Rank group as well. She also does personalised help, and I won't say we promote these people, but we know these people are good. They talk sense. But I'm afraid the biggest help I can give, that anyone can give, is don't expect to do it all the time. Nobody is going to be able to tell you exactly what to do. This is a give a man a fish. So the best advice I can give you is, starting today, decide you want to learn one thing. I would pick that thing to be keywords, right? Sign up to erank.com and get a free account. Go into the Keyword Explorer and type in the #1 keyword that people are finding your items in your shop for. And then that will show you a list of other related searches, other words that people are finding, that people are searching for. So look at them and see if any of them are relevant, and try and add some of them in some of your least performing items. And the other #1 thing for anyone that's struggling, if you haven't already, just Google for Etsy, the ultimate guide to Etsy search. And this is the definitive article published by Etsy telling us about how they do their search. And just have a read of that. And the simple thing is, when you pick a keyword, what you're looking to do, you pick between 2 and 4 keywords, what you call superstar keywords. These are the important ones. These are the things I think will be good for this one listing that I have. And so these, say it's 2 keywords. These 2 keywords you put in your title. Don't make it a long, unnecessary title. 1 keyword, comma, 2nd keyword. That's your title. If it needs more words, you haven't found very descriptive keywords. And then your first 2 tags are those 2 keywords. It doesn't matter so much what order your tags are in. I just put them in the first 2, so I remember I've done it. If you find a keyword that's longer than is needed in the tags, you can break it up. So your bronze and opal steampunk engagement ring, you could have bronze and opal steampunk ring. Just split up split up those tags and Etsy can bring them together. And that's it. Let it run, see if you get any views. Go and find new keywords, put them in your listing, let it run, see what happens. And just every month, set yourself aside a day, say the 30th of every month, or the last Saturday in every month. You're going to sit down, look at your shop stats, see what keywords are working, see what listings are working, and work on the other ones. You are in the best position to work on your shop yourself. And then what I would do for everybody, I would every week tell yourself you're going to learn something new. This week, perhaps I'm going to learn what a different setting on my camera is. Next week, I'm going to play around with my lighting for better photography. The following week, I'm going to learn about Facebook, and then just try and improve a little thing at a time. It's a much better way. George, Pam, are you thinking about doing chapters for this video? That is a great idea. I'll try, because that does mean that I have to listen back through this video. It will not be tonight, because I want to go to my bed. I will think about it. Lisa, thanks for tonight. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Lisa. Andrea, thank you so much. I'll get in contact if I get... What am I doing here? Right, excuse me. There we go. See this again? Get in contact if I get a reply from Etsy. Thank you so much. I would love to hear that. Okay, we will probably just commiserate at the terribleness. Superstar, thank you for doing this live. Thank you for joining in. You guys make it cool. It was super helpful. You took a lot of notes. That is great. Thank you so much. Good luck with the Christmas sales this year, everybody. Yeah, let me double that. Absolutely. I hope everyone has a better year than you're hoping for. Agneta, thank you. I'm really waiting for the Etsy ads saga. It is, isn't it? Oh, stop jumping, chat. CJ, I'm one of Starla Moore's alphas, and I highly recommend her course. It's really helped me to get my shop set up and send me in the right direction. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for putting forward that. Yeah, Starla is awesome. I love Starla. I wish I had half her energy, then I would set up a course for myself, but yes, I'm not. Livio, great advice. Thank you for joining me. CJ, thank you. Came in late, watched the replay. Thank you so much. Yes, the replay will always be there. Superstar, sorry, one more question. No, sorry at all. Thank you so much for the questions. If I say Christmas card as a keyword, should I also put the words Christmas and card separately, or will my item show up in both the individual tags anyway? Yeah, you don't want it, where possible, you don't need a single word tag. If your item is a Christmas card, if your tag says Christmas card, you will be as fully optimized for the word Christmas as you would be if you had it as a single word in a tag. So yeah, there's no need to have a single word tag. You won't be, people go mental at single word tags. You won't be penalised for having a single word tag. This is, if you were here at the start when I talked about Etsy gives advice on ranking, matching and converting. All their advice isn't on ranking. They're saying not to use single words is not a ranking thing. It won't make any difference to your ranking. It's a matching thing, because a single word tag is a waste of space. If you wanted to use all 13, if you wanted to fill in every single space in all 13 tags, that gives you a chance of being seen in more searches. To be perfectly honest, it's very few items that rank for all 13 of their tags. So it's not such a big deal. I'm not going to freak out if someone has a single word tag. It doesn't hurt you, but it's just no point. Okay, guys, I think I got to the end of the chat. We did all of this. Thank you all so much for joining me. I do have a few more ECU things to catch up on. So I will, if you guys want it, I will have some more presentations to do. I believe I had to give 3 presentations for ECU, so I've done what I need to do. But if you guys enjoy this kind of thing, let me know and I will give you some more of the course material. But anyway, don't forget, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to hear more about Etsy. Subscribe if you want to make your craftiness into your career, to make an extra income, whether it's going to be on Etsy, whether we do other strange things. But yeah, if you're a creative person and you want to get a little bit of an extra income and join me along the way, yeah. Superstar, you're most welcome. Thank you for joining us. Whimsy Creek Art, thank you. Found this super helpful. I'm so glad to hear that. George, thank you so much. Okay, guys, I will leave you to get on with your evening. Thank you so much, and I'll see you.